I was just gonna write, but it just doesn't even feel right to write. So I'm just gonna talk. I just saw the Meghan and Harry miniseries on Netflix, and it made me laugh and also cry and also view the world in a way that's like kind of scary. Cause I mean, as an individual, as a person, I've never, um, you know, have a problem with having to, uh, like with my life in the sense that I can get out whenever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I can share whatever I want, and there's nobody uh scanning and screening and go through everything I say, or like changing my words or anything like that. So it's really scary that they went through that. And recently, we're not talking about 30 years ago, where the world wasn't the same as it is today. We're talking about today, and talk about like how the media have how they have the power to do things and to use it well, and they just decide not to, and they change things, and they mix things and make them look far away from the reality, far away from the truth, and they send it to the public. And if you're not a smart public, you're just gonna believe everything that's said and written. It's gonna go with it with your life, and be like, okay, this is what it is, this is what's happening, and it's like it's not true. And it's just so unbelievable that it went through all of that. And there's a good side, there's a good end of the story, luckily, but it's not something that should be taken lightly. I mean, I was just thinking, about myself, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't happen to me, and it'd be crazy if something like that happened to me. I mean, of course, we're not even the same, of course, they're public figures because he's a prince and everything, and she was an actress, so she was kind of used to it, but like, it went to another level, and being married to a man that, was part of an institution like that, like the royal family, and it was all about trying to put her down, trying to put them down, trying to mix and change stuff that they said and they did, and this and that. And at some point, I don't know, I was just thinking, like, if you tell me that this was happening like 30 years ago, I'll be like, okay, yeah, maybe, it happened to her mom. And so luckily didn't, it's not the same end, but it's just sad that it happened again, and it's still happening, and it will continue to happen because the media don't change. The people who are behind the wars, the people who are behind the curtains, the people who are behind the power, they don't take any action to make it change or to make it different from any kind of level. So it's just sad and infuriating, really. Just not sad, but infuriating that things like that still happening. And not just about this, but like just in general in the whole world, everybody's just so media can be sometimes so clickbait, everything to do to sell, anything to attract people. But like, if you're gonna tell a story, at least let that be true. At least don't make it up. At least don't put a point of view on it that will like damage the people you're talking about, that will carry some kind of connotation, a negative connotation, and because she's mixed, there was the added element of race, and race, it's a thing all around the world, and it's unbelievable that she went through all of that. And just because her mom, again, is a black woman, and the same, it's like we seem to be having the same conversations all over again. And it doesn't matter if you are a duchess, it doesn't matter if you are working mom like my mom is, race is and will always be a thing. And for a person to be a black person in this world, I think, it's not something like, it's never gonna end. and we just live with it and we just deal with it because we know, we wish for it to change, but deep down you're just gonna always find someone that's gonna feel, that's gonna remember you that this is still a thing. And it's just so sad that it's still happening, and it will probably never stop because it's in people's mind, it's in people behavior, it's in constitutions, it's in in so many places. And sometimes it's so subtle, the way someone can behave when you're around, or the thing they say, or and sometimes, most of the times it's like, it could be like just a light joke and you're just like, that's not funny, like I don't find it funny, but that's the way the world is. And this narration just keep going on because the people in power, again, most of them are white men with a narrow vision of what the world is supposed to be. And if you don't if you don't belong to that, then you're out. And I don't know, just had to say things. I just needed to get this out of my chest because it's been intense. It's been an intense thing to watch, really. So I'm glad that they're good now. I'm glad they're doing well, and I just wish them the best, really. I like them, both of them. I admire them so much, especially Meghan. But yeah, it wasn't easy what they did, and now they're going for a better future, hopefully, and they will change things, because the world needs to, change. And as he said, we're gonna build and rebuild and rebuild until it's rebuilt. So yeah, thank you.